La emisión está comenzando. Todos los asistentes están en modo de solo escucha.
Okay, so hi, my name is Luis Bustamante, pre-sales engineer for LAM from HID. I'm here also with Mr. Javier Jarillo, that is our regional sales manager in Mexico. And today we will be talking a little bit about HID and all the physical access control solutions that we have in our portfolio, and also a little bit like about HID, what is HID. So please, let's begin. So the first question that we will try to talk about is why HID Global? As you know, HID is the most biggest company that runs access control solutions. Access control solutions, and well, right now we are the leader of the market in this kind of equipment, and also we only not sell credentials, readers, and things like this, but the main idea that HID wants to sell to the people is that we are selling security. Okay, HID is selling trusted identity securities that will help our customers to secure their facilities, their assets, their networks, and their cloud resources. So a little bit about us. HID is part of a big family that is called ASA ABLOY. ASA ABLOY right now is the leader, the global leader in indoor operating solutions. It has operation in about more than 70 countries and approximately 44,000 employees. Okay, now we are a branch of ASA ABLOY, and we are the biggest branch of ASA ABLOY. We are called HID, and we are the worldwide leader in secure identity solutions. Right now, we have more than 2,000 employees globally, and we have sold more than 2 billion RFID products. Okay, so as you can think, everyone, even if they do not know about it, has something have something to be like, or to be involved with HID. Most of these people, or more of the people in the country or in the world, can have an access card, and without knowing it, they are holding an HID solution in their hands. So as you can see, we are all over the world, and our headquarters are in in Austin, Texas. So a little bit of history of the company. HID started from huge aircraft. This guy was a developer of planes or aircraft solutions, but later they decided to create the proximity technology. So at the beginning, back in 1991, we started with HID Prox, and in the meanwhile, HID has been adding some different solutions to their portfolio, where we have, for example, Fargo, Easy Lobby, Laser Card, IT Solutions, Quantum Secure, and doing this all over the years. At the end, we have come with an environment that will give you a good idea or a good ecosystem that will provide you security identity solutions. Okay, so we are not only talking about the reader, the credential, we can also talk about the visitor management. We are talking about the printers and how to do a secure printing and prints credentials that have some secure elements inside, as we also have been talking about or have been working in how to do a secure authentication, creating an ecosystem that will give you that each component of this ecosystem is totally secure and totally prepared to live together. Okay, so as you can see, HID is trying, or not trying, actually is doing it, is giving our customers a lot of resources and technologies that at the end will live together to create a solution that is completely secure. Okay, so what I wanted to take of this presentation is that we are not only talking about readers. Okay, we are talking about secure solutions that will provide you a really secure way of doing your visitor management, your identity solutions, and things like this. Where are we located? As you can see in the next presentation, in the next PPT, we are, well, headquarters in Stockholm and Austin, but we are in Brazil, in Buenos Aires, in Mexico, China, Hong Kong, London, UK. We have global presence. So we are like a really huge company that covers all over the world, giving solutions to different people at the same time, covering also giving a really good support for our products in every place in the world. Here's a little bit of our customers. As you can see, HID work with really good brands, for example, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Google, HSBC. We also have football teams like Arsenal. We also have really good governments, we work, companies that we work with. And this is for showing you that we are also working with companies and give them solutions that are not simple, but they are enterprise. So we are in the really good premium level with premium solutions and talking about really security in our different solutions like readers and things like this. So what I wanted to see in here is that we are working with the best customers that you can find all over the world, giving them support, giving them new technology, and helping them to secure their facilities in the best way that is possible. Okay? So let's start to talk about a little bit of access control solutions from HID Global. So here we're going to see a little bit about how is the access control, how is an access control solution compound. So we have our credentials, we have an RFID communication that will talk with some readers that via a protocol that normally is called WGAN will transmit all this data to a controller where all the decisions of which per people can enter or not to our facilities will be taking place. So this controller will send this information to a software, so an administrator with a user interface can look what is happening to our system, and in the same time it will send all the signals to the different logs or sensors that we have in our system, so they can work together to give a complete secure solution, and also a solution that works perfectly and satisfy a necessity of a customer. This is the normal elements of an access control solution. And as you can see also right now, in the first part where is the credential, we are also using our mobile phones to give access to our facilities. So we will talk about this a little bit later, but we are doing like an update or a new point of view of how to use your access control system. So HID have a program called HID Mobile Access, but we will talk about it a little bit later, okay? This is a little bit of history about how the credential has been evolving. As I told you before, we started back in the 90s with HID Prox and Intalao. It was the first generation of credentials. Later on, back in the 96, MyFair Classic appeared. MyFair Classic appeared for a solution for of transport systems like the metro or buses. Later, HID, as a response of the creation of MyFair, created iClass. And with the third generation, we started to talk about secure elements. Secure elements is a way to encrypt that access control data into the credential, so the information that is inside is not accessible by a cloner or by anyone that is trying to steal the information for you, so they can use it to have access to your facilities. Right now, we are in the fourth generation of credentials. This generation, we have a really good solution that is called CIOS. Okay, we will cover CIOS a little bit later, but with CIOS, the point of the access control system has changed, as we can use also cell phones, mobile phones, wearables, and all this kind of stuff to authenticate ourselves in our access control solution. So back in the 90s, we couldn't talk about security. We were just talking about how to give access to someone. But right now, HID is only focused in how to make all these solutions more secure, and also how to change the way the access control is managing, giving our customers the opportunity to decide which kind of technology they would like to use. Right now in the market, we can use technology from the 90s, but we also are promoting the new technology that will give you more security and will give you some other features that we will look about it a little bit later, okay? So right now, if we want to talk about which technologies or which credentials does HID support, we can talk about all of them. We have readers that will go and read CIOS, iClass, iClass SE, MyFair Desfire, MyFair Classic, HID Prox. We also have readers that will work with USF, Magnetic Stripe, or even Crescendo or even Crescendo. So right now, we will talk a little bit about our fourth generation. Our fourth generation is called CIOS. So let's begin to talk a little bit about it. So the question that is, the most important question is, what is CIOS? What is this solution? So CIOS, as a difference from the other technologies, is an operating system that is secure, and it lives in a microprocessor that runs a cryptographic algorithm that secure our access data with a 128-bit encryption based in AES encryption, okay? So this is a software-based credential. That's why we can go and live inside our cell phones or wearables or tablets and open us a new environment in the access control systems, okay? So as I was telling you, CIOS is capable of living not only in smart devices, CIOS is capable of living in microchips, okay? So with this, we can also manage to have a different way of opening our doors. We have a cloud-based administration for our credentials, and we'll give you a different way to look our physical access control system, okay? So with CIOS, what do we have? We have more choices, okay? Now we can work with credentials, with cards. We can work with mobile access using our cell phones. And not only that, we can use wearables as our smartwatch to open the doors, okay? So we have more choices to be authenticated in our access control system. We have more applications, okay? We have physical access, we have logical access for our computers or PCs, we have secure printing, we have point of sales, and we can also run time and attendance appliance inside our CEO's environment. And actually, we are giving you more confidence, okay? We are giving you more security. It's a versatile solution. As you know, we only no need to work with physical credentials. We can work with mobile IDs, and we are talking about technology that is advanced, that is in the vanguard of time. So we are giving you, as you can see, a range from the technology back in the 90s, even though working with technology from today's as a complete solution for our access control system. So this is a little bit of how CEOs work. As you saw, CEOs is not only a credential, it's a software and appliance that lives inside a microchip, and it creates a truly independent or reliant hardware chip. With this independent hardware, we are also creating a vault. This vault will save your data access control information inside your credential and will give you also the versatility of creating multiple application and any hardware platform. So our data information is stored inside a vault with a secure element with encryption of AA is with 128 bits, and only our readers, that we will talk about then a little bit later, have the correct way to decipher this cryptographic encryption and pass all this information to our controller so they can give access to our facilities, to our stores, and using physical credentials or mobile ID credentials, okay? So how does this work? We have our CEO's credential. We can use, as I told you, tablets or wearables. We cannot use, tablets or phones, and also wearables, gadgets, or even though different way of authenticate ourselves with a reader. This information will go through NFC, Bluetooth, or RFID to our reader, and the reader will continue transmitting the access control data through WIGAM protocol, or right now we have a different protocol like OSDP. But as what I want you to get of this presentation is that even though the way of authenticate ourselves is changing and evolving, the way that the access control system is working remains. So for our access control system, we are still, for them it's still the same if you are working with a mobile phone or a wearable or a credential. So do not feel any fear of evolving to these new kind of solutions, because even though it's a new brand or a new way of showing the people how to authenticate themselves in a good way, we are still managing or still working with the same access control architecture that we work all day. So this is like something that I want you to get. So, as you know, CEO's credential can be stored inside microchips, and it can live inside different ways, like cell phones and wearables. Having this, we have created, or actually have created, a new way of authenticate ourselves that we have called HID Mobile Access. Right now, I will ask the help of my friend Javier Jarillo to introduce you to HID Mobile Access and show you how this solution is compound and how you can work with this solution to securely identify yourself in the access control system.
Thank you very much, Luis. Does anybody has any question for Luis before he's leaving out to take a bus? Do we have questions about CEOs or something else? No? Okay, Luis, so okay, Luis, have a good trip. I will take now the control of the, or well, not the control, the follow of the presentation. Uh, right now, I will start talking about mobile access. Oh, sorry, about the readers on the physical access control system. So, can we, Heriberto, can you, if you want, give me the control of the screen, or you just put the full slides for the continue of the presentation? Well, now we have now only one big family of readers working with HID. Sorry, I will take the control of the presentation. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Is this working?
It's working. Continue.
Okay, thank you. So we have now one big family of readers in HID. These readers' family's names is iClass SE readers. So the iClass SE readers was launched on with the third generation, together the iClass SE cards. But there is no a fourth generation of readers. The readers continue being the SE, and these readers are embedded in many third-party solutions directly from with ACE Abloy, are able to use different communication protocols as WIGAN, OSDP, or clock and data. Actually, the most common is WIGAN, but Mercury with HID now, HID and the International Security Association working on the OSDP protocol. So these family readers is able to use different technologies. For example, the readers, the iClass SE readers can read cards from the second generation, like as MyFair, Desfire, cards from the third generation as iClass SE, the last technology, Zeus, and if we add some models, some additional models, we can read also cards from the first generation as HID procs in 125 kilohertz, in DALA, AWID, and generic technologies as the EM cards. So as you can see on the screen, you have readers in different sizes, able to read, for example, a magnetic stripe, or using a second technology like biometrics with the iClass SE Bio, or use a keypad. So all the readers at the end of the day do the same function. The only changing is in the way you install directly the physical installation. For example, you can connect the R40 reader directly to an electric box, or you can connect the R15 with or over the door, the glass door. So At the end of the day, the only difference will be the way you connect on the the connection in the wall. So the readers, as you see, are able to read then almost any technology on the market. So if you have questions or you need to confirm if the reader can read some card, you just need to contact directly Luis Bustamante or myself, and we can check with Heriberto if the card will work with the e-reader or will not work. It usually is very important when we are trying to make migration from other different technologies or brands to and migrate it to HID global technologies. HID launched at the middle of the 20s one technology known as Corporate 1000. The Corporate 1000 is a programming exclusively program for the end user. So when this technology was launched, the size of the format was 25 bits, but it was very, very successful. And now the format grew up to 48 bits. So the main characteristics of the Corporate 1000 is that the owner of the program information is the end user, is not HID, nor a distributor, nor any other manufacturer. So the end user can choose who is going to be the channel distribution or the distributors that will sell their cards. HID signs an agreement with the end user, and then HID assumes the control of the IDs for the cards. So it makes very, very easy for the end user to buy cards without any duplicate and reduce completely the risk of get a same card around the world. So it's very important that you consider when you are working with HID to each time you can use a Corporate 1000 format, you can use it. The second part is the HID Elite Keys. The Elite Key is the maximum security level in HID, and it's a configuration that is stored on the card and on the reader. So the reader, if it doesn't have the same Elite Key, is not going to work with any other credential. So the credential will be completely safe to use only with the readers with the same Elite Key. So it's very important also that when you are going to have a building with very big number of users or people walking around, you can choose the Elite Key. This Elite Key was originally launched for as a solution for airports around the world, and nowadays is a standard in the aircraft industry in Mexico, for example. The last part of the presentation includes the mobile access solution launched on 2014. Originally, it was going to be launched on 2011, but the thing here was that HID was working with BlackBerry. So I think that anybody of you has a BlackBerry now in your hands. So that was the reason we need to wait for getting a BLA. I will move the presentation, sorry. The BLE protocol for including iPhone on the solution. That's the reason why nowadays mobile access works very well with iOS and with Android as the only operational systems. So the mobile access solutions includes 4 elements. The first element is the administration manager portal. This portal is the main tool for sending the credentials to the end users, sending and remove it from the end users when the end users leaves the company or lost the cell phone or any other thing related to do not using the same phone, maybe for robbery or something else. So the mobile access portal is stored in the HID environment, and it will show all the credentials assigned to the end user. One of the benefits of this solution is that you, as EPCOM, can get the cards for your end user almost 2 days after receiving the purchase order to HID Global. So we deliver directly the cards. We do not lost or miss any card, and the end user can create a database completely, adding one as one of the end users, or just importing an Excel file with a big database of end users. So the end user, maybe the human resources guy or the security manager, send the credentials via email to the end user. The credential go or is transferred over the air to the email, to the cell phone. Then the people receive an email with very short instructions saying you need first to go to the link and download the application. So then you have the link of the App Store, of the Play Store, download the application, and then just click over the 16 digits key license in the email. Then you receive download the application, launch the mobile ID, and you can then start using on the reader. But at the end, the credential needs to be launched on the physical access control system for using it as a physical card. It's the same. I think that Luis Bustamante said this before, but I just want to be very, very clear. For the physical access control system, there is no any difference to identify any physical card nor mobile access card. For the system is exactly the same. So then the card can be programmed also, using 26 bits, using 48 bits on Cobra 1000, or any other format with facility code and AD. So it's the same. The main difference between the HID mobile access solutions and the other ones on the market is that it is certified with the ISO 27001. So this ISO is very specific on the administration information and the security of managing this information. So this is the marketing differential with mobile access. So in this year, many manufacturers launch a lot of solutions using Bluetooth technologies for mobile access, using Wi-Fi technologies, using NFC, trying to use the cell phone on their reader solutions. But in this moment, well, until yesterday, the only solution with the certification was HID mobile access. So the mobile access works using two different ways of communications. The first one is Bluetooth, available now on the Android on iOS systems. The other one is NFC. NFC is near field communication developed by Samsung, and this is only working in some Android cell phones. So the truth is that you can use almost any reader, any cell phone, iOS or Android today, with mobile access using in tap or twist and go. Twist and go is the longer reading way for using mobile access. Almost, let me thinking in on feet, almost 30 feet of distance with Bluetooth, or you can use tap way using or getting the same distance as you have on a physical card. So this is the two ways for using mobile access. You can use the tap or close range for doors, for elevators, for example, and you can use the twist and go or long range way by using on a parking lot, for example. Here are some other examples of how to use tap and twist and go ways. As you can see in this picture, for example, you cannot use long distance when you have turnstiles because you have many readers very close one from the other. So it could be very difficult to use long distance because you will not know what will be the reader that is going to open. But on the other way, if you have very long distance on a garage or a gate or a warehouse, then you can very easily use the twist and go function. Something important here is that because you are communicating using Bluetooth, the acronym is BLA or Bluetooth Low Energy. The communication will be very safety. The communication is not sending only a one and zeros big number. The truth is that all the communication is sending through the secure identity object. So if somebody can get the or catch the communication between the cell phone and the reader, they will not get the useful information for cloning are using on other cell phone. So, and other benefit is that you cannot be affected for weather conditions. It is raining or is snowing or any other things. We can work or live on these two systems or these two type of communication, sorry. The only thing here is that if you are going to use Bluetooth, that is my recommendation, you just need to get a Bluetooth 4.0. Sorry, I cannot see here the number, but it's the 4.0 version, or you can use Android by using the 40.4 plus. So today we have more than 160 cell phones proved working with mobile access. The reality is that all the months, all the weeks, we see a lot of new cell phones working or launching. Many of them do not accomplish because hardware, I'm talking about many new Chinese brands for cell phones. But if you have the minimum versions of the system, then the cell phone could be used with mobile access. The web portal has one specific function for these cases when you can send the invitation for the end user, but you don't even need or you don't really need to send the mobile access credential. So you send invitation only without the mobile ID. The end user received the email with instructions. They download the application, clicks on the invitation code, And in this moment, the end user portal receives the cell phone information, and the administrator can verify if this specific cell phone has the minimum requirements for using mobile access. If the cell phone do not accomplish with the requirements, then simply do not send any card to the end user and can send an advice, because the person will be using then the physical card as an option. So also we can use wearables. It doesn't really matter if it's an Android Wear or an Apple Watch. The function is very fancy. You can open the door only being 4 or 5 feet from distance of the reader, and you can come driving your car, connecting and talking using the Bluetooth of your cell phone on the car, and just give a click to the wearable, and the door is open. So it's very nice solution for executive guys and directive guys. Obviously, there are some benefits of getting a mobile access solution. The first one is that you are using an everyday element in your life that is a smartphone. I think everybody of us has minimum one of them. You don't even need to get many things to carry on. You, as the administration of the portal, can deliver or remove over the credentials. So you can, for example, get the headquarters on New York City and a lot of branches on around the country, and you will be able to deliver the cards on the same moment to all the different branches. So obviously it is traduced on saving money, and forgetting a card will never be anymore a problem. You can use, for example, the Twist and Go for long range applications, and this means to reduce the cost of the installation because you are not using anymore an UHF reader that is more expensive than a traditional iClass SE reader with Bluetooth. The UHF reader cost is almost 5 times higher than the R10 reader. It's very innovative to use new technologies, not only for logging on to the PAC system, but also to get logical access on the computers, to get access, for example, to the elevators, to copy machines as Lexmarks, multifunctional systems, and virtually to all the elements or all the services inside the company by using your cell phone. You don't even need to be connected online. That means that you don't need to get cell phone service for using mobile access. The only time when you need to get internet connection is when you are receiving the card over the air, but this will be only the moment you will need to get data or connection to the internet. Another benefit of the solution is great operational efficiency. You can replace the physical administration for this virtual administration, but also you can continue using physical cards and mobile access cards. There is any problem for choosing or using on different group of people. For example, the directors or managers that are very difficult to control, or don't really want to use a printed card on for their access. They use very nice the solution, the mobile access solutions are also you can use cards, for example, for visitors or remote workers. How does that works? Because HID launched on this last year a card, a short life card that is only working for no more than 7 days. This card is very cheap. The cost, it's only the MSRP cost is only 15 cents. And this card, it's very useful when you are getting, for example, a small hotel or an Airbnb customer or visitors, VIP visitors on a company. So one of the others operational efficiencies of the solution is the sustainability of the process, because we don't ever need to continue using PVC cards for getting access to a PAX system. The security is higher. The solution provides the same security level as SEOs because it's the same technology. As Luis Bustamante explained before, the SEOs technology is very agnostic technology, so don't even need to be launched on a specific hardware. It can live on or inside a plastic card, or a chip on a plastic card, or a microprocessor on a plastic card, or can live inside an app on a cell phone or a tablet or iPad. It's very easy to deactivate on the PAX or revoke the credentials over the air. You don't even forgot your cell phone, and if you forgot the cell phone, then you go back to your home. Doesn't matter, don't really matters if you are far away from your house, for example, in the morning, but you will return for the cell phone. The cell phone is the main IoT product or IoT item that connects us as to the internet. So we cannot forget it. We have there on the cell phone the work, the office. We have our phone. We have our media. We have our all our life inside this little device. So if we miss the device, if we miss the cell phone, then we will report it, and the card will be blocked, and the cell phone will be replaced. And if you want to add a second factor authentication on the mobile access solution, you don't need to go and buy a biometric reader, which is very, very expensive. You only, or the end user can't use their own biometric or password access on the cell phone. So then the cell phone will be the biometric reader. Well, this is the first time I used this presentation. I really apologize for this inconvenience. The truth is that Luis Bustamante had to trip to take a bus for and then an aircraft for international trip. So that was the reason he left the conversation. But I hope the presentation makes sense to you, and please, this is the moment for or the part of the presentation for doing question.
Thank you, Javier and Luis. If you have some question.
Does anybody has any question about mobile access or CEOs or default card generations launched on HID technology? Anybody?
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for your presentation, Javier. Thank you for your participation, everybody.
Thank you, Roberto. Any question? There is on the screen the information of Luis, so you can add him to the Skype for business, or you can uh, also add his WhatsApp for short messages. Any other question? Also, please do not hesitate to let me know, and I will try to help you to clarify any project you have. Thank you, Roberto. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. See you.
So,